Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tarnation TV's broadcast of the Maverick Cup Series, also known as the High Voltage Racing League, as multiple series is. And today it is the Maverick Cup Series. But yeah, today we are joined with me, of course, Blaine, also joined by Andrew and Josh. Andrew, how you doing, bud?
Good to be back up here once again after last week. We got Pocono tonight, both my home tracks pretty much. So I'm excited for that. But Blaine, it is freaking cool to be up here with you again, and having Josh up here too is going to be a lot of fun. Last week was a blast with you, honestly, and I missed being up in the booth. I definitely enjoy co-commentating these things, so I had to jump on the opportunity to do it again.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And Josh, I mean, all of us are in all kinds of different leagues, and it's always a ton of fun. But yeah, Josh, you were pumped to get in here tonight, man. So thanks for coming down. Thanks for being able to make it.
Oh, absolutely. I got my rookie stripes on. I'm ready to go. Thanks for having me. And both of you guys did a great job last week. And I'm excited to be here with you guys tonight.
Yeah, and it helps me out too, kind of sit back and run the whole, the look and the way this thing kind of operates. It's nice to be able to, if there's technical difficulties, be able to take my eyes off the thing and know you guys got me covered. So if I'm in peril, I'll yell for help.
You got backup.
Tonight, you can see right there on the screen in front of you the triangle 150, and that means it's 150 laps, which is 150 miles, which is 60 laps around this thing. Track specs for this evening, of course, it's 2.5 miles in length. It's a very, very cool track. You got some track stats, don't you, Josh? Because by the way, moderate damage, and we have a 2 times tire and fuel pit frequency setting as well.
Yeah, I mean, they call it the tricky triangle, and it is tricky. It's got 3 different corners. Turn 1 is banked at 14 degrees, and then you go down the long straightaway that we also call the Long Pond straightaway, and then turn 2 is 8 degrees, and turn 3 is only 6 degrees. So 3 different corners, 3 tricky corners for this track.
Is it true that this thing is modeled off of, like, the 3 different turns are based on other existing tracks? I've heard that, like, turn 1 is like a Dover turn, and then they kind of took their favorite pieces of tracks and kind of put it all together to make this monster. That's what I heard. I can't remember if that's true or not, but
Is that Andrew? I'm not sure.
That is absolutely the case. I can't remember exactly what those tracks were. I know for sure that one of them was modeled after Indianapolis.
okay.
The other two, I'm not sure, but I do know that, and I'm sure someone in the chat might even be able to pop up with this, but I couldn't tell you the other two. However, I do know for sure that all 3 corners are uniquely based off of different tracks from around the United States.
Yeah, that's very cool. I thought one was Dover, but I'm trying to think, is it banked high enough to be considered a Dover? Like, it would be probably 1 and 2 would be the highest banked one. And then
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe even Nazareth might be one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, there is hundreds of tracks to choose from, so yeah, tonight should be good. Defending race winners Tate Darcy, is he here today? I wonder.
Let me see.
I don't believe so.
Negative. He is not.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a new winner at Pocono here tonight, regardless. Nice big field.
Sheer amount of stats that Benjamin Snyder is able to keep track of. Oh, did you guys abort your qualifying run?
Thank you for the reminder.
Yep. The sheer amount of, Josh, just jump into your car and abort that run. That way the timer doesn't have to tick all the way down. The stats that this guy tracks is insane. He actually had a stat like if Mike Mangialardi was to show up tonight, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Mike. And that whole thing was like, there's only been 4 drivers in Maverick Cup Series history that raced on their birthdays, and he actually knew the races. And I'm going to pull it up right now. He sent me this in a text message. This guy Okay, if Mike Mangialardi's birthday, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Mike. If he would become only the third driver to start a race on their birthday if he shows up tonight at Pocono. The other two are James Skies at Sonoma in 2021 and Joseph Landy Pavlon at Phoenix in 2023. These are the extensive stats that Benjamin Snyder keeps for this league. Absolute madness.
That is impressive.
It is.
That is.
I don't even have the stats from all my offline races from years
No.
ago. I have to go back and watch them in order to remember that. So credit to him for keeping up with that stuff. Also, shout out to AG, the channel, who also keeps some pretty darn good stats, but not quite to that level. Also, yeah, hi Alex, if you ever watch this ever in the future.
Yeah, some leagues are crazy the way that they use the stat tracking software in and around the game, like not even just like the game itself, but in behind the scenes. And it's amazing, the stuff that they can track. And I mean, if you're a numbers fan, I've seen some tables and pie charts and some of the stuff that some of these leagues spit out, man. It just gets almost overwhelming at certain points of how much information you can actually come up with in a racing thing, like margins of victories and photo finishes and all these, thousandths of a second and all this stuff. But he's had something like 90 something drivers race in this season already. And this is like race 11.
Yeah, I took a look earlier and saw that up until tonight, there have been 106 entries in the owners' points for this season alone.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to roll stats currently right now after 11 races this is race number 12 tonight. Sorry. So after 11 races after last week, where I'm showing there's 90 something people. And that also doesn't count the amount of people that qualified for Daytona and didn't make it in, because technically they didn't actually start a race. So bonkers, to say the least.
That's for sure, because that doesn't even go beyond Daytona, because I know for sure that there have been a number of drivers that have attempted other races and were never able to make it in. So you're well into probably like 115, 120 different people that have at least attempted and actually gotten on track in a server this season. It's nuts, and it's awesome for the game, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it really is cool. I know I started racing here this season at Las Vegas, and I entered the server, and they said, well, you'll have to make the race on time. I was like, gosh, I haven't had to do that in a very long time, and fortunately I did. But it's really impressive after all these years to still have such a big community. I think that's one of the most special things about the game.
Well, and all the new guys coming in, guys and girls coming into the thing. I'm 44 years old this year, and I bought this thing brand new. I've been playing Papyrus stuff since the early 90s. But then there's all the other guys 18-year-olds, like there's Ken Roberts, and then there's his nephew, Zach Roberts. And Zach's only like 17, 18 years old. So he wasn't even born yet when this game came out, and here he is playing this thing. So that it really does just span generations now.
It's awesome to see. I mean, another example of that, I believe, I can't remember whose son it is, but I know that one of the levels has one of his kids doing it now.
Eric,
yeah, it was Eric. Okay, yeah.
Eric Lovell is the son of Greg Lovell, I believe. Okay,
yeah. I know that. I mean, I'm 25 now. I started doing this at the end of 2017. Still competitive, I guess. Josh just saw me last night.
You are competitive.
2 nights ago. Ran over at SMO at Sonoma. But no, yeah, it's awesome to see. And yeah, I have raced in my now almost 7 years of doing this. I have raced against probably the oldest I've ever raced against would have to be a gentleman in his mid 80s. I wanted to say it may have been Andy Margot.
Yes, Andy.
And I've raced against some real youngsters too. So, and everywhere in between, all sorts of leagues, all sorts of driver skill levels and tracks and you name it. And it's like I said last week, and I'll say it again. There's something for everyone in this thing.
Yeah, the sheer amount of tracks, mods, leagues, the passion behind this. We talk about it all the time, and it really is a great talking point, because how can, like, think of another game that is still going strong. I can think of NHL 2004. It was like the last good hockey game EA Sports did. And you can download it still, and they've modded that thing to have all the current teams in it, current arena updates. Somehow they've even made the announcers say the new players' names and the new city names. I have no idea how they're doing it. They're probably just taking the dialogue track and cutting it up to make new words. And with AI, I'm going, how? So there's 2 games that are 20 years old, and people still play them. Somehow they put an online mode into it. That game was never online before, and it definitely wouldn't be now. But just to keep it going, one of the best hockey simulators ever, NHL 2004, high resolution, brand new teams, all that stuff. And it boggles my mind how people make this stuff work. Even GP Legends was a Papyrus game, and it didn't have force feedback because it came out like in the late 90s. Well, somehow they put force feedback in it. How does the community add force feedback to a game? That in itself is wild. Want to go for a fly around this track here? Because you guys were saying there's some nifty signs here. We got drone cam going.
Yeah, check the short shoot into turn 3, and you might be entertained at some of what you see. What's kind of cool about the custom tracks here is that these guys put up billboards that are kind of almost reminding them of like the rules, and some of them are just kind of standard, like, okay, yep, we've got pass the pace car if you're in front of the leader taking a wave around, and some other ones. But at this track in particular, I guess because turn 3 is the heavy braking zone, they put some signs, basically, shall we say, encouraging patience.
There's one here. Pocono has 5 turns. Lucky Dog pit first time by, immediately pass the field, regain your lap. Yeah, they've got big signs like telling the drivers the rules, pretty much. They put their own rules into these tracks. Lap cars, please pit second time by and drop to the back. We've got maps at the tracks. There's the Pocono lap thing. Camping World scoreboard. Please pass the pace car if you are ahead of the leader. Oh, there it is. Brakes. What is it? Brakes help avoid anger when used. Give it a try. There are slow cars here. Expect and plan ahead accordingly. That is funny. Oh, man.
And one at the entry of pit road as well.
And last one. If the car is slow, it's okay. Pass instead going through them. Yeah, great. That's great. Yeah, we are gridding up, so we will.
31 starters officially for tonight.
All right, so we're getting on track to retire our cars. And Josh, are you on the standing screen on your qualifying thing?
I'm set to go.
So we've got, let's see here, we've got Keith. Keith Hughes looks like the pole sitter today.
Yeah, we got Keith Hughes on the pole.
Yeah, ready to go through the grid?
Yeah, go through it there, Josh. Let's do it. Starting with Keith.
I wanted to make sure we were ready. So Nick Gunther's starting on the pole for this evening. I'm sorry, Keith Hughes is on the pole and Nick Gunther's on his outside. Row 2, we've got Trey Kinsey and Santiago Gutierrez. In the 77, we've got RJ Bishop, and beside him, Robert Kubat. In the next row, we have Jonathan Peavy, and we've got Hiller in the 137. In the next row, making his debut for this series, Chris Aiken in the 85. Beside him is Michael Norman. In the next row, a face that we see here at Maverick Weekly, Josh Mercurio. Beside him will be Phil Parker. In the next row, we've got Alexander Brown in the 59. And in the 68 beside him, we've got Landy Pavlon. The next row, we've got in the number 300, we've got Grace. Beside him, a regular across many leagues, Tom Musa in the number 4. The next row in the number 61, we have got Anthony McCurry, another regular, followed by Mark Snyder in the 27. Next row, we've got the number 42 car that is driven by Young. Beside him, we've got the 44 of David. In the next row, we've got the 63, which is driven by Jesse Bowling. Beside him, the 131 of Whitford. The next row, we've got the 98 of Bruton. We've got Ben Snyder beside him. The next row, we've got the 033 of Jeffrey Goodpaster. Beside him, McIntyre in the 738. Series regular starting 27th in the 78, Seth Cole. Next, we've got the number 24 of Levi. In the number 35, Mike Carroll, Mike Mangialardi, Garland Oaks in the 67 will round out the field for this evening.
Awesome. Can I say, all those paint jobs look absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
They do.
Especially the ones that were
Caution.
facing in the wrong direction. But yeah, Seth Cole, fellow broadcaster from Flatout Racing Network, that's a cool looking car. Très bon, Mr. Cole. Oh, there's a cool camera angle right behind the light. TV2 drops a camera right behind the light mounted to the wall. So the reason
Looks
for
like
that
the yellow's
caution
out.
was something happened. So there you go.
It's something, yeah. Benjamin Snyder looks like kind of lost it on the entry there. Got into 131. The BMW in this race of that is Brendan Whitford. Yeah. Can we also just go on to mention just how many different manufacturers? I think we mentioned this last week, but I think there's even more this week.
I think so.
You've got your regular 3, your Chevys, your Fords, and your Toyotas. We got a BMW. We got a bunch of Dodges. We got a couple Hondas, and one Cadillac.
Wow.
So you got a little bit of if you want it, you got it probably in this one.
Yeah, I would be the guy driving the craziest template. Yeah, it looks like we're just watching Ben Snyder here, that replay of the 22. The car is definitely lagging a little bit. It's been flashing in and out.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it looked
no shortage of manufacturers. Like if they had, a Buick station wagon template, I'd probably run that. Or some European car. Porsche 911 NASCAR or something.
looks like a
Ben-
few other cars were caught up in that. Looks like Mark Snyder may have been in the wall unrelated. The 24.
Yeah, I got a couple guys
Mangialardi.
got caught up in that. Yeah. Mangialardi did make it today. Happy birthday, Mike.
Yeah.
Some cars headed down pit road.
Checking the chat here. Fry's earlier in the chat with the earlier, and then Keith Hughes. We're saying Pocono has 5 turns. There's Snyder, Matt Moss, and James Sykes. Thank you guys for checking this out. We got 17 concurrent viewers at the moment. I was saying to Blaine, I mean, if you want production value for these NR streams. I don't think you're going to get much better than oh boy, Mr. Donlin here.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, we're just
agree.
adjusting some camera angles here so we can see the pit entrance and exit a little bit better. Those races down to the pits here are always most important, and the cameras are usually in the wrong spot. I don't like where they sit by default, so I change them live. I'll take another look at the points here really quick. Looks like Nick is still leading.
Looks like the lights are out on the pace car.
And then turn 2 here, lights are out. Gunther is going to be actually leading them back this time, ahead of Hughes. And you got Kinsey Gutierrez, Peavy, and Kubat, the top 6 for this restart. Gutierrez coming off of a podium finish last week in that beautiful 81. Nick Gunther looking for some, well, I guess I was about to say redemption, but then I realized, oh yeah, he was kind of one of those hard chargers. He did end up finishing second to Phil Parker, who won the thing. But,
and Phil just retired, actually. I was going to put this screen up. Phil Parker,
Really?
11th place. Yeah, he has 1,115 points after last week's win. Qualified first, won the race, 52 laps led out of the 125. The number 25, Phil Parker, just retired.
We got a stacked up on the start. Outside lane didn't move.
Yeah, Keith was looks like maybe sleeping on that one a little bit after that, or was in a higher gear by accident, which I think we've all been there once or twice. Is he going into turn one? How are we looking? This is still kind of feeling it out. Mark Snyder.
3 wide.
Sideways. Hits the wall. Keeps it straight, though. Very
Musa
impressive.
got underneath with no problem.
I love that field. That is awesome.
We've got Trey Kinsey's moved into second in the 80 car. I believe it was last week. He slowly and quietly made his way to the front, and looks like he's done it quickly in this race.
He was kind of there, and you kind of wonder, like, these guys are so consistent. They just sort of sit there the whole night, and you don't even realize them. And then you realize at the end, like, yeah, we've been staring at this car the whole time. He's really consistent, being up in that top 10, top 15 the whole entire race last week.
To Javier Negron in the chat, could not make it tonight. So there were a couple guys that weren't able to make it, but we got them in the chat here tonight, almost 3 wide.
Oh, we've got a car around. 42's around.
42 is around.
77 on the straightaway. RJ Bishop.
Now he's back going again.
The yellow flag, question mark. Oh, goodness.
It looks like yes.
And at least in the case of the 77, that was just one zig, one zag, it looks like. Did not catch the 42. There he is. That's Dylan Young. Oh, goodness. He went rolling. Contact with the 24. Oh, man, that wasn't even that hard of it. That wasn't even that hard of a hit, it looked like. Just kind of pinged off of him and then did a barrel roll on the wall.
So where's the point of caution? Because the 77, oh, okay, right there the yellow comes out. So that was a different spot. I think the 76 was the cause of it, yeah.
And there were 2 separate contact incidents there, and I think that's probably one of them definitely set them off, because I'm pretty sure that they throw the caution if it's a contact incident.
Yeah, it looks like Robert Cubat right there. Nobody hit him, but he was definitely in the way of a bunch of cars. That's probably what brought out the yellow. Not as bad as it could have been. And the rear of that car actually looks like it took the impact. Looks like he ended up getting a tow or retired. No, he did retire, unfortunately. The 76 has retired.
I do want to say I want the builders of the 42 to build my cars, because he barrel rolled and his car looks great.
The 42?
Yes.
Nice. Let's rewind that.
It's got good builders.
Is out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly. So already 2 retirees. Don't know what happened with Phil. It may have been something else.
Yeah, that first incident must have been related.
Oh. There's a number of psych outs on pit road there. Boy, that was spicy. But,
here's a replay of Young in the 42 doing his Spitfire impression. Oh, yeah. He got around. That was a cool little move, though. Kind of a little flip roll wraparound. By the end of the show, we will have a name for the trick.
I vote the double drop swirl master.
There it is.
My dad came up with that.
Nice. There is the pit road action.
There's a little shout out to my dad here. We were watching a Formula One race, and we watched a guy do like a crossover move into one of the corners.
Okay.
And he had a brain fart, and he couldn't think of the word crossover, so he just pulled something out and said, Oh, that was a double drop swirl master.
Making words up with the best of them.
My dad's the man. Shout out to my dad, Keith.
Yep.
Love you, dude. If you ever watch this,
He better.
I have to send this to him.
Yeah.
He'd really find this entertaining.
I'll go to his house and I'll tell him, you better be watching Tarnation TV, man. Your kid's on here doing stuff. It's really entertaining.
I think I live a little closer to him than you.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually.
What, if I may ask, what state are you in?
What state am I in? The state of Ontario.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I got you beat just a little.
Yep. Kingston, Ontario. Great Lakes, Lake Ontario, Lake Superior, all that good stuff. In between both of them.
That's awesome.
Looks like we've got the lights out again. And I've noticed up front, the 117 has moved up behind the front row. Jonathan Peavy. Unsponsored car.
Yeah, it is fairly blank, that one.
Yeah, run like this will get a sponsor on that car.
Yep.
Here we go.
Might even get a Tarnation TV sponsor on that car. Nice bump draft in there.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Whoa. Oh, yeah, here we go.
We're going 5 wide into turn
baby.
1. This turn is wide. Let's see if these guys can hold it. They're going about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide.
I don't know about this. At 59. Is that the 59? Yeah, the 59 is moved his way. Oh, goodness.
They made it work.
His way up to almost second. Going to be third at worst. Is everyone going straight here? Looks like it. Yep, so far so good.
Drivers did a nice job getting through turn 1.
That was a nice job. It looked like they were going to push it 3 wide, but then they kind of backed off and got into their spots there. So that's a good call. Get these things warmed up, boys.
Whoa.
Oh, the 61's in the wall, 68 in the wall.
Yep.
I think they saved it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's a Lexus in this race, too. Caution's out. Spinner maybe a little bit further back. Actually, I'm having trouble seeing who it was. Maybe the 77, because he's way off.
I believe so.
33. Let's find out. As by the way, Josh, SMO is in the chat saying that 85 better get up there.
Yeah, so I normally drive that car here, and Chris Aiken was great enough to take my place tonight in the 85. So I'm sure he's got fans out there.
He's running the joshseggs.co.
He is.
And he's even got the Aiken on the window. So you didn't just give him your car. He actually got a whole new one.
Oh, yeah. He had to paint it. It's not even a wrap. It's hand painted.
That's cool, though. I mean, I would assume he would just jump into your car. But he actually got his own ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Car's in good hands tonight.
Yep.
Gordon Bruton getting into 033 is what ended up causing that caution. Bruton has retired. And we got a lot of retirees already. Like guys getting penalized for causing incidents, and they're like, well, enough of that, I guess.
So who was the cause of that yellow?
Looked like 98 just dove in a little too deep, and he was too far to the inside, and yeah, this all different braking zones, and the 98 that was the latest of them.
Oh, okay. I'll rewind that, and we'll check out see what happened to Bruton.
Yeah, it looked like Mike Carroll and Tom Musa were slightly caught up in that, but I believe they're okay. We'll go on.
Yeah, I don't think anything wrong there. Joe Bishop in chat saying, Chris, don't mess around. I think referring to that scheme. James Sykes saying that the 98 took the Chastain line under yellow.
I could tell that the 98 was on the brakes, but he was already committed, and so it's hard to retract.
I see. Yeah. A little bit of a bottleneck there. They almost made it work.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to decide, am I going to take this run? And it's hard as a racer. It's hard to not take the run.
So why would he retire then? What happened here? Because the yellow's out for that incident right now. We're watching on the replay. And then he locks it up into turn 1. A little bit of right front damage off the wall tag there, but he retires for some reason. Do they have
I've
like
noticed
one
that.
in park incident maybe?
Unless that they have any kind of like extended like one in parks like some
Oof.
leagues do, then maybe. But Xander Levi did the same thing, so I don't know if
Yeah.
maybe they're just thinking like, I'm not going to do much else. So I mean, I've been there where it's like I've caused one incident when I'm already not doing well, and I'm just like, you know what, that just kind
Yeah.
of solidified it.
Yeah, you're
So
not feeling it, and then you just leave. Yeah, he plugged it hard into that wall there on the Long Pond stretch there, and just called it a day.
we mix your strategy here. Nick Gunther going to be leading still. Our boy Aiken, we've been talking about, up in second. Then Joshua Mercurio going to be in third. And for
It's like
300,
Tristan Grace.
Tristan
Tristan Grace in the
Grace.
300. Going green looks like.
Indeed.
Let's see if we fan out going into one.
Yeah, we got a very mixed bag out here.
I'm going to vote yes on the fanning out.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to expect on this one. Not as bad as the last time. Ooh,
Couple of guys getting
Little
squirrely in there trying to
unstable.
find their spot. Yeah.
Trey Kinsey, way to contact. The car going up into the wall. That's Snyder, Benjamin Snyder. He's wall glued, but he's keeping it up there.
Oh, Josh Mercurio moved into second.
Currently locked on the 59 of Alexander Brown back there in about 10th spot. That was going to be the Hornet's
Ooh.
Nest. And it looks like we figured it out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Seth Cole, the 177. Hard impact. A lot of cars there.
I think he just got into his best friend there, Dylan Young. We've got more trouble up here. 300 is spinning in turn 3.
We got smoke coming out of the 117. That's unfortunate. That might be a day right there for Jonathan Peavy.
Ugh. Qualified great.
Yeah, had a great run going.
He's on fire right now, so he's dusting the track.
Oh man. Wait till you see the replay of the 117.
Yeah, I was just going to actually load that up because he did really come into contact with that wall.
He did, and he was not involved in the initial incident. He was just trying to avoid. I've been in that boat before.
And I was wrong. It was actually Brendan Whitford that got into Dylan Young.
So we got it in slow motion right now watching the 117 here.
Oh, man.
He's drifted through turn 2. Contact up on that top line there, and he actually avoids it, but just demolishes that inside wall. And to pull damage like that on moderate, that's a hard knock.
Anthony Mercury got into him afterwards.
Want to see what it looked like from the cockpit?
Oh man, that is like, if you two know what I mean when I say that almost kind of reminds me of Elliott Sadler. I think it was 2010.
Yes.
Oof.
It's a big hit.
Yeah, he was just trying to avoid the rollover on the right and just couldn't get that thing to snap back around in time.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong. He even tried to hit the wall with the side of the car rather than the nose.
Mm-hmm.
That's a better way to hit it. I mean, if there is going to be, if you are going to slam it, then that's how you hit it. Josh, you were just asked what you're doing up here and not on track.
He's got the key to the studio. I was just taking a sip of my coffee.
That's right.
He expressed interest in broadcasting, so I said, hey, now, grab a microphone. That's how easy it is. If you have a microphone and it's a good one, and I like you, I'll let you in the booth.
Well, thank you for that.
Blaine seal of approval first.
That's it.
That's right. I'm honored.
All of you guys in the chat, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. But hey, you're not in here. So thanks for watching, but
got to get on our level at some point. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it
No,
also didn't help that I was uncertain if I would be up in the booth again. So once it turned out that, you know what, I think I probably will be able to,
Right.
we said, hey, 3-man booth, let's make it happen.
Yep, that was the thing. It's like you got to have a couple of backups just in case, because it was an uncertainty. So, hey, either we roll with 2 or we roll with 3. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. TarnationTV.com, of course, is the website. If you need to hire us to do some stuff, we can do some stuff for you as long as it's NASCAR 2003 related. And next week, don't worry, JTN will be back. So you don't have to put up with us anymore. The Joe Toe Network will resume broadcasting services here at the Maverick Cup Series. So, hey, you might see us on the track instead. What do you say,
we'd love
guys?
to see
Next
you on
week,
track.
1, 2, 3 finish for all 3 of us.
I'd
we're
love to see
going
you on
green.
track again, Blaine. Yeah, here we go.
Got a
It'd be
new
like
leader with Josh Mercurio.
I didn't mean to talk over you guys there. That was my
Oh, no
bad.
problem.
Oh, car in the wall.
Goodness. Oh, no. That's a 63. Yeah, I think a little stack up there on the restart. Someone wasn't quite ready for
Oh,
it.
Garland Oaks is around.
Jesse Bowling. But yeah, and Jesse is also now out. Yeah, when you're for that far back, it's that is so difficult to predict when that's going to happen and how severely. There might not have even been that much of a touch.
And
We'll take a look.
is green still up? Yes, no yellow.
Really?
Yep,
Oh,
no yellow. That front straightaway literally is 10 lanes wide, and it's not 10 lanes wide into the turn, so that's the problem. Everybody thinks they can get the shot. But somehow the green stayed up. I'm thinking maybe the administrators are in charge of throwing those cautions, but I don't know how they operate that here.
Yeah, we just had a pass for the lead. Trey Kinsey's in the lead in the Skittles car.
that is a nice looking car right there.
Let's replay that, actually. Let's check that out.
We'll oh goodness, he's breaking the draft here, shifting. No surprise there. The way that they're geared makes it very feasible to shift them. As I think what caused the spin there, Dylan Young trying to make a bit of a move, getting by some guys that were stacking up, and just made a little bit of contact with the guys in front of him and sent them around. Kinsey still in the lead, side by. Oh my goodness, he is breaking the draft.
He's trying
all the way to the wall.
Yep.
All the way to the wall.
He did get the jump on that restart when everybody started spinning out in the back. Maybe those guys, I mean, I don't see why, but maybe they thought the yellow was going to come out and they were maybe conserving a little bit, where Kinsey just drove that thing around the right side of Josh to gain that lead. He is flying, and he's trying to keep those guys out of his draft.
I'll tell you what, the Kinsey is putting on a show for the stream. He's breaking the draft every which way, and we're only on lap 16. Great side-by-side for second.
Ooh,
that is
tight.
a risky place to do it. But Alexander Brown and Joshua Mercurio, they are putting on a good show here for second place.
Yeah, and don't count out Michael Norman. He's a great racer in the 08.
He's been around this thing for a good long time. So, yeah, I'm not surprised to see him up there.
Look at Kinsey with running the checkered lane down there just to keep those guys racing in his mirror. This is crazy.
Right now.
There's multiple lines here, but I mean, he's letting those guys race it out, and he's driving away with this thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of checking, he's checking out on this field. Oh, we've got the 131 around.
Ooh, Brendan Whitford. He just
Green
towed it to
still
pit road.
up.
Yep.
How he is able to keep that distance by running these alternating lines like this is pretty crazy.
I mean, ultimately, it's like, well, you know what? I mean, he's still holding it flat out, so I guess it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, as long as they keep racing. Yeah.
Alexander Brown well and truly clear in second. SMO shouting out Tarnation TV, broadcasting the Invitation Hawk tribute in August.
Yep.
So, a good deal there.
Yeah, we will be there. That's a big one. Rod Weston, the co-host here at Tarnation TV, he can't broadcast certain days of the week because he's also racing. or racing for real because he's a go-kart guy. He builds go-karts. So yeah, thanks to Rod for taking over the co-hosting duties. I've had a bunch of people help out this channel, and it's a lot of fun. Brian Wolf, Brad Lyckerman, Jeffrey Elliott, you guys, Andrew and Josh, Rod Weston stepping in. There's lots of people who express interest in this, so it's cool.
Well, the 80 and the 59 have checked out, and Michael Norman is holding off a hornet's nest. He's got drivers all behind him. In every lane.
Yeah, good call on that
Mercurio
one.
dropping back. He's about to lose 5th to the 82. The pole sitter, Keith Hughes. And I don't know if he's conserving or if that's just from the strategy call and maybe being on the wrong end of the tire wear at the moment.
So I just brought up the interval there on that black box to the left side at the top underneath the ticker. You can see the first 12 cars within 4 seconds of the leader, and then after that, huge gap.
Mercurio.
Oh, do we have yellow on course? Yes, we do.
The yellow's now out, and right at that moment, Trey Kinsey actually lost the back end, went up and hit the wall. He kept it straight, but he lost the lead.
Mm-hmm. Lead goes to Alexander Brown in the 59 as we come around here on lap 20. So I'm sure we will have some pitting. Some of these cars definitely were driving the wheels off of those things. We'll watch the pit cameras, and then we'll go back and see what happened there. You said Mercurio was involved in some stuff?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
A big stack up.
Yeah, I was looking at that thinking, the 81 went up and hit the 86, just misjudged the braking. But no, actually, the 81 got a shot from the 68, and that pushed him into the 86. So that was like as you said, it's a really weird stack up there. And at that same moment, the 80 lost the back end going into the corner. At least that's what it looked like. And then he corrected it and shot up into the wall.
Oh, he did. He just got loose.
Glad he kept that thing straight. He's going to have some side damage to fix, but he lucky escape, but unlucky he lost the lead. Now at this point, if everybody pits here, it is highly likely that everyone should be able to make it now on one stop.
Right, because the fuel window is about 20 or so laps, right?
Yeah, just about 20 for a 2.5 mile track like this. You got cup physics, and not quite flat out. So yeah, 20. If you really stretch it, you could probably go like 21. Tire wear is going to be a big issue though, because turn 1 especially will eat up your right front very quickly.
Okay.
Got these guys pitting now. Let's see if Kinsey has damage. See if they do any repair to that car.
81 had to back into his stall once again. Let's see who's going to emerge the leader here.
59.
Yeah, pretty handily. Hornets nest behind him.
Ooh.
It's like the nod's going to go to the 137 for second place. We'll go to, I believe that is Kez Hiller. We'll see what he's going to be able to do up there. And Michael Norman, or excuse me, no, Keith Hughes, then Michael Norman. Or no, did Keith Hughes get second? You know what? We're going to have to take a look at this.
We are. It was close.
In the race off pit road?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And yeah, everyone's getting caught up here. And yeah, we're about to go green here. But yeah, I'm going to take a quick look here and see just how close it was.
Yeah, we're going to rewind that. Watch the race off pit road.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, he did get second.
Yeah, SMO shouting out Tarnation again. SMO appreciates everything that Tarnation TV does for this racing community.
I saw there are chickens clucking in the booth.
Oh, that is super
close. Radio gaming.
If it's that first white line, It looks like Hughes got to it.
We'll contact before the start.
Go green flag, a little late green there.
Green,
Oh,
green.
137
Oh.
does not get going.
And Trey Kinsey moving up.
Some of that back. Nick Gunther. Keep an eye
Oh,
on
we
that
got some
55.
smoke.
Bad fast. Is that 55? 81 trying to get up there after losing some spots on pit road, needing to back into his pit stall.
Oh, looks like Ben Snyder and Garland Oaks are around on the restart there.
Yeah, good eye there, Josh. Totally missed that.
Oh, lots of contact.
Probably from that stack up, if I had to guess.
Yeah, right off the hop there, I saw some smoke. I mean, we had that last little incident there. It didn't lead to anything, and then now they're going to instantly pull the yellow out.
There were a bunch of cars. Well, not a bunch, but a few cars involved in that.
Tristan Grace trying to push the Garland Oaks, and just a bad bump it looks like. But no, yeah, I think the reason for that is because when you're throwing cautions the way that they are here, it's technically manual cautions, technically, as they are actually throwing them.
Are you
The
able
admins are throwing them.
to take them back though? Because I thought you could throw them, but I didn't think you could bring them back. Like
You
send it
can't.
green again.
Not until you come back around. But I think what's happening is that when there's a contact incident, the drivers, I think in cases like this, have to be kind of diligent as far as saying like, hey, contact spin just happened, and they'll throw the caution for that. If nothing is said, then the admins who are also racing don't see it, then, well, they won't know to do anything. So that is my guess as to kind of what's going on there.
Okay.
The rooster is disobedient.
Oh, goodness. Oh, the leader. Whoa.
Ooh, that wasn't good.
That is not
I missed
good.
that one. Which car are you looking at?
That was a 131, I think was maybe getting a lap back and just completely misjudged what line to take, and
Yeah,
was
turn
just
the
flying
leader.
through there and
Oh, geez.
ended up hitting
Okay.
the leader.
We're watching it right now. Yeah. So
Ooh,
he's
that
going
was-
to the front. The 131 is a lap down, and yeah, and then he clipped the leader.
Oh, nose first.
I'd be surprised if that's not a penalty.
Well, he retired.
Oh,
I
he
think
did.
He kind of said, "Yeah,
So
my
that was
penalty is I'm
probably
out."
he may have
I
been
think-
asked to leave, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Keith
either
is on
that or
pit
he did
road.
it voluntarily. Because if you're gonna do that, that's got to be on the outside lane.
Yeah. And not 3 wide. So Keith should be allowed to take that spot back.
Oh, no doubt. I would imagine, but he's probably got to fix it. As apparently, according to SMO, the rooster, I don't know if he's referring to Blaine or Josh, but apparently you being disobedient means that you like music. So there was some interesting shenanigans going on in the chat between Midnight Radio and SMO right now.
Yep.
There are. I believe those guys know that I have chickens, so that's probably it.
Oh, so they definitely talking about you then.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Javier Negron in the chat there saying he's going to hire Tarnation for some prime time races next year. All kinds of leagues liking the product, so that's awesome, man. Thanks, guys.
You got to up your rate. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. The rate, it's $6,000 a race. Nobody's actually paid that much yet, though, so.
I mean, I would. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Hey, if you want to, that's totally fine.
I'd have to take out a loan for that.
Yeah, me too.
Looks like the pace car is off.
That's weird.
Leader
So,
has chosen the outside lane this time.
and Keith has settled into what position is he at the line? 19th, and spins the 22 around. Probably not the best thing to spin.
Right back out.
To spin the owner of the league. I'm curious why Keith didn't get to regain his front row spot after he got clipped
It's either that
by
or
Whitford.
It's either that or he came in to fix damage.
Possibly, yeah. We may not have rolled back far enough in the replay to see the aftermath.
Either that or he was told to go to the back for not maintaining speed, and then he took out his anger on the admin. I'm just kidding. I'm certain that did not happen. It has not been a good night for Snyder, at least on the track.
Yeah, Keith did go nose first into the wall. I bet he had to go in for some repair. He knows he has a fast car, so he probably decided to pit and go ahead and get it fixed under yellow and come back and charge back to the front.
Currently watching the pit entrance cam. So I'm sure somebody from the back will come in there. You can see that yellow line sticking out with that cone. That's the commitment cone. Got to get in behind that cone. A half dozen guys on the back decided to pit there and do a top up.
Brown's still going to be the leader with Michael Norman. Trey Kinsey back to third. And Kez Hiller going to be fourth. Anthony McCurry currently rounds out the top five. Josh, here's a question for you. Which came first? The chicken, the egg, or you?
Hey-o.
Well, it wasn't me, because I'm not that old. So it had to be the chicken. The chicken laid the eggs. 37 in July.
I'm the baby in this booth. Oh my gosh.
You are. That's okay.
There's Mike Carroll's car. We got it working this week. Last week that car was not working properly. The cream-filled Beavers car.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mike is a great racer. We've raced together for years. He's a very smart, methodical driver.
And tongue in cheek, firmly planted in cheek. With the paint scheme on that rig.
I warned you last week.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like I said, I will never, it doesn't matter what it is, I will never omit a car from the list. I don't review the cars, I don't care. Liquor what? Yeah. And then the cream-filled Beavers. So I don't know. I gotta Google. I don't know if I want to Google that. Dart. Yeah, I don't know if I want to Google that. It might be a product. What's the interior look like?
If we get many more cautions, maybe I will. But I won't. Depending on what it is, I won't tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Well, now here's a good sponsor. We've got on the front row, we've got Pizza Hut changing the conversation. We've got Michael Norman starting on the front row with that Pizza Hut scheme.
Take a bite out of FedEx. Alexander Brown. Yeah, this is a good save. We're going to... And 59 is going to be hoping that he's going to be able to ship that thing way out in front. That was a horrible joke.
It made me laugh.
No one out pizzas the Hut.
That's right. We've got the 08 and the 80 behind him. Wouldn't be surprised if that bottom lane doesn't take off. We know Trey Kinsey is quick. We're going to find out.
And he's willing to take whatever line he needs to. Joshua McCure. Oh, goodness. It's Norman this time. That actually might be a black flag that needs cleared on the 80 because, yeah, the 08 did not get going and already falls from second to fifth.
Alexander Brown on that high line there, the 187. No, is that 187 or 137? 137. Kez Hiller, yep.
All clean through turn one.
Yep, Trey Kinsey again out front. Knows how to get around this truck. It almost looks like that thing's ready to break loose. How hard he's driving that thing through the turns. Right fronts are definitely, he doesn't care about right fronts.
Got a
Yellow
drag
flags
back
in the
out.
air.
Papa Snyder this time.
Uh-oh.
Contact from Garland Oaks, it looks like. Yep, it's got smacked. Seth Cole also going for a spin. I was just about to mention just how many roller coaster sponsors we have here. Or theme park related.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them. Ben was telling me there was a bunch of the guys that went and met up and went to the theme park. So then they all have a roller coaster sponsored paint scheme on their cars.
Yeah, I think it was all the duck guys from last week.
Nice driving by Seth Cole to basically avoid that accident.
We'll take a look
Yeah,
at
let's
that.
see.
78 is Seth Cole. He did get tangled up in it a little bit, but could have been way worse.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he is hard on the brakes and just barely tags that right rear. So yeah, he came out of that with basically zero damage. Obviously, the tires might need to be swapped up. Make sure to check out Flatout Racing Network, because that's where you hear Seth talk, broadcast the races.
Yeah, we got a series of Hershey Park roller coasters on these things. Seth Cole running Candymonium.
Yeah,
Dylan Young had Storm Runner. And Wildcats Revenge on Nick Gunther's car, which here's a twist that we just found out in the chat. That 55 has no fourth.
oh wow. 55 lost fourth gear about 15 laps ago. Really?
It's still able to keep up. And
Yeah.
I was thinking about that with the gearing. I mean, he's only going to be hitting the rev limiter toward the very end of the front straightaway, which is very lucky for him. And
Really?
he might be hitting it going into turn 2, but with the way that they're geared, yeah, he's not going to be in that bad a shape. It's going to definitely hurt him.
Do you think
But
over time in the race, though, like that could cause some engine damage, maybe? If they get long runs?
it definitely puts him at a higher risk of blowing up.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That needle's
it's not
bouncing
going to hurt
off
him
the.
performance-wise, at least in that regard, but it's definitely going to hurt him in straight line speed because, yeah, he's not going to be able to hold that thing flat out toward the very end of the straightaway. But, hey, he's still, as long as he can keep up, as it looks like he has been, he's up to 4th. So
He is, and through all of those exchanges of pit stops and everything, it looks like we have a new leader. We have Kez Hiller in the lead in the 137.
Yep, that's the guy.
coming up to halfway this time by.
Yep.
See what we can get going here. Anthony McCurry's been quietly hanging in there as of late, running pretty good up there now, 3rd place, the 61.
So this is race number 12. There have been 7 different winners this season so far. Matt Mass at Daytona, Dylan Bam at Phoenix, Texas, Christian Torres at Las Vegas. This is Nick Gunther, Richmond, Mexico City, Gateway, and Charlotte. Like, that's a lot of races won, Nick. Congratulations.
Oh, we may have trouble.
Huang Do has New Hampshire, Keith Hughes at Atlanta, and Phil Parker last week at Dover. Hughes leads the points by 54, despite only winning 1 race. Consistency, ladies and gentlemen. Show up every week. Finish pretty good. And Keith with only 1 win. We just read Nick actually had 4 wins. But Nick is still in first place overall standings.
Several mechanical failures for the 55 is what has put him in that position.
Watching this race for first here, yeah. Hiller on the outside, Alexander Brown on that 59 on the left. He's getting there, but then he's not able to pull it off.
Fury looking for second. Slides up the track there. It's going to be very close.
Yeah, 61 of Anthony McCurry.
We've got some guys moving up through the pack. Chris Aiken in the 85 is moving up. And he's got the 68 in front of him that's moving up. And Gutierrez taking a step forward. Jeff Goodpaster, he was involved earlier in an accident. He is riding back up in the top 10.
I think we're getting a little more spread out this time around, it looks like. But yeah, credit to this 137. You see Kels Hiller up here. Yeah, a couple of, I got 3 guys up here that, as you said, have not won quite yet. And the 137 also carrying on that kind of theme park sponsorship. I got Carowinds on the hood of that. I believe that is a Honda Accord.
Nice.
I have been to Carowinds many times.
Currently focused on the 033 of Jeff Goodpaster back there, and that holding on to 9th place. Last time by the stripe. So he's got that entire flock in front of him.
He's moving underneath here to take another spot.
Yep.
Oh, did we miss something? Maybe.
Looks like scoring had him stay at 9th there. Looked like he had him at the line, but Gutierrez in 10th. Oh, that's interesting.
So Goodpaster actually beat him to the line.
Yeah, he did.
Avalon looking to make the move on Gunther. That is for P4.
Yeah, keep in mind that 55 doesn't have a full transmission. 4th place with 3 gears at Pocono. Only the first 3 gears. Like, at least if you lost first, who cares? But man, to lose 4th.
He just ran a 52.4.
Yes, he did.
A tenth quicker, or at least like a few hundredths quicker than the leaders right in front of him, with no 4th.
Looks like Trey Kinsey has fallen to 7th. I believe that he may have brushed the wall a lap or 2 ago, I believe.
Yeah, that's what
he did, yeah. I was actually focused on him. He did come in contact with the wall and drop back a bit. But he's getting back in there. Holy moly.
He is underneath the 85.
Yeah, Josh, I know that's making... Oh, goodness.
Oh, it's making me nervous.
I was going to say, I know you're getting nervous seeing that. That's your car.
Look, that's a brand new car. We can't have damage.
No. You know, like
clean.
A lot of people aren't big fans of Pocono because it's such a long track, but I think Kinsey has no issue with this track. He's loving this. I can tell.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun to watch in the lead. He really took advantage of the whole track.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm watching Gunther here. He's just stuck without 4th. I'm seeing those guys. They're able to get up to about 197, 198 on these straightaways. He's maxing out at about 188 because that's where he's hitting the limiter. But look at him just close right in the corners.
That's
and then he'll give it up here.
He really has to dominate in the turns because that's where he's going to have to deal with it. He's not going to have that top end speed coming down these straightaways. And everybody around him knows that he doesn't have 4th. So you can see, like right there, who's that? Landy Pavlon jumped out, knowing he's going to have to.
Yeah, what a run, though.
I can't believe that he's able to hold that.
I know.
I don't know if he's burning up his stuff a lot more. I mean, right there, he's able to somehow get up to 190. Battle for second now on. But yeah, you got to think that he would just be eating these guys up if he had that gear.
Do you guys
I feel
want
for
to?
him on this.
Do you guys want to do a crank it up and ride on board with Gunther?
Go
Let's
for
do
it.
it.
Let's do this thing. Crank it up, everybody. So there you go. It's fun to see that from in the cockpit there because
Mark
he's.
Snyder's in the wall.
Oh yeah, he's almost stopped out there. That's probably going to bring out a yellow. It's not.
Believe
And oh, that
Oh. Josh Mercurio. Yeah, big wreck.
he was not ready for that. I was just going to mention while we were under that crank it up, we got the new leader in Mercurio because the 137, just like the 80 earlier, lost the back end and got in the wall.
Yeah, it's just snapping out on guys. They like just getting a little bit loose in the turns, a little bit tight.
It's always in the lead. That's nuts.
Oh yeah. So with that 27 sitting still, Josh saw him, but only had about 10 feet to react.
Yeah, he was on the brakes too, and he just couldn't avoid. Hit a
Had
car on
nowhere
his
to go.
inside. I hate that for Josh. He's had a lot of good runs in this series this season.
He's a whale of a driver. So, yeah, that's, I think he may have. Oh, no, he's still out there. Okay. 27 is out. List of retirees going from 25th to 31st, so that's 6. Not too bad.
Yeah, we've got, let me see, Brendan Whitford, Jesse Bowling, Jordan Bruton, Xander Levi, Robert Kubat, and Phil Parker. Mark Snyder just went one lap down. Coolest name for a roller coaster, Candemonium.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Mark may be the next retiree for tonight.
Yeah, it's possible.
Everybody comes
pit
down pit
stops.
road here.
Yep.
Now, this could very well be, if this goes green, this could be the last pit stop.
Yep, we are within 20, so we could probably get there. Lap number 41.
Now, Andrew, could anybody make it on 2? What would you do here?
Oh, you're unless you're desperate.
Oh, good pastor.
There's no way that you could sustain coming out on 2 tires. There's just no way. But I mean, if someone wants to make that call, I mean, they would have to be pretty deep in the field. Although it's like you said, I think the good pastor just do it.
I will need to check. I thought he did, but he may have gotten 4.
See, as the race off pit road there, it's going to be Alexander Brown leading with Trey Kinsey in second, Gunther third, then Aiken and Norman top 5 once they come back around to the line.
No, good pastor got full service.
He did get 4.
Yeah.
And
We're
they
just
have
going to
turned off
focus
the
on
lights
him
here. We're
now.
actually going to go green this time.
Yep, he hits the mark perfect. Jeffrey Goodpasture gets right sides first, and then they come around and they pull the car up on the left. Yeah, so he's got 4 fresh ones.
Yep. Yeah, the lights are out. I mean, we can't waste time. It's Maverick night in America. We've got to go racing.
We got to
There
go
it is.
race. You had 19 laps left. Perfect
Some
timing.
intense racing for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
And what's Gunther going to be able to do here? I mean, this first lap, he's going to be in better shape, but then after that, he's going to be holding on as best as he can. We'll find out here.
He's got Goodpasture behind him. He's a good pusher.
Yeah, but he can only push him so hard when they're in the rev limiter. Oh no,
Very true.
Aiken!
Lots of smoke.
Golly, there's every restart. There has been someone that has been having a big problem.
Oh, easy, guys.
But it's never been the same guy. Oh brother! Oh brother!
Oh, that got hairy.
Norman trying to hold on there. Tom Mirza making a big move around the outside there. That was cool. The 8 holds on the lead for now, but here comes the 80. Oh, we got big lag. There's someone there. Oh, yeah, very big. That's RJ Bishop. Spinner, big crash.
Oh, yeah, I could see it back
Hold
there.
on to her.
Oh, big flip. 3rd place finisher last week, Gutierrez. Oh, my goodness.
Gutierrez in the 81. We're going to go back there and check that out. Yeah, it is a scrap heap back here.
That may have been probably the worst flip I've seen in
Wow.
Oh, no.
in
Michael
quite some
Norman.
time.
Michael Norman had a repeat. I mean, the exact same accident as we saw earlier.
Oh, did he hit that
He
jut
did.
out? Oh,
Yep, he did.
ugh, that's brutal there.
Yeah, Gutierrez is just flip. Sometimes you get that roll going, and she wants to roll, she gonna roll.
Yeah, they kind of net coded there. That all started with a single car spin, self spin from Joseph Landepablo in 68. Oof, that's not the kind of breakdancing you want to see.
No.
Gosh, a nice job by Tom Musa. He stopped and waited for Gutierrez to stop flipping, and then he headed on his way. It was a nice job avoiding.
That's the right way to do it. I think that's also Mike Carroll also did the same thing pretty much.
He
Seth
did.
Cole did. That's awesome.
The fear that my first instinct is to always stop, but then I have to look up in the mirror
Yeah.
because I don't know what's happening behind me.
Sometimes you got to drive it. FYI, Pocono this evening is the halfway mark of this season. Once this race is done, we're halfway to the end of the Cup Series or Maverick. And I found my notes on the roller coaster thing. 3 drivers are running special We the Coasters paint schemes to commemorate their recent trip to Hershey Park, each promoting one of the park's roller coasters. Dylan Young, Storm Runner, Nick Gunther, Wildcats Revenge, and Seth Cole, the Candemonium, with his number 72. I knew I had it there somewhere. Ben sent me those notes. Super cool.
The neat thing is that park is only 30 minutes away from me, so
Oh,
I was
yeah.
able to swing by, meet up with those guys. That was awesome.
Because you were there too, yeah.
Yep, I still have to subscribe to Dylan and those guys' YouTube channel because they have a roller coaster centered YouTube channel, but I can't remember the name of it. I'm guessing it's We the Coasters. It has to be.
Yeah, that's what they were mentioning there in that note. We the Coasters paint scheme, and that's capitalized. So We the Coasters sounds like a good place to start Googling.
Okay, to give that a try. But I can confirm Candemonium, their newest roller coaster. It is their tallest. It is insane. I don't ride roller coasters, but I love to watch them.
Yeah, some of them, I'll do the roller coasters, but I can't do the thrill rides, like the ones that spin.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they just stir me up, and then I just want to vomit. But the coasters are crazy. We have one here in Ontario. There's a place called Canada's Wonderland, and they've got one called the Cyclone. It's just insane. It's crazy. The first drop feels like you're going inverted. That's how steep it is.
So,
Here's something else that's crazy. The last time we saw Gutierrez, he was flipping through the air. His crew just fixed that car. He's hustling around to catch the rear of the field.
Really?
I don't know how he's going to be speed wise, but hey, he's still in it.
He's hustling.
He's in third gear right now, coming on the back straightaway, hitting about a 175 going into turn number 2. If he times this right, he'll have a good hop on the start.
Pull the Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
A couple drivers that we have not mentioned whatsoever in this race, as we are back green here. Just want to at least kind of throw their name out there, since we haven't really said them at all. And that's the 44 of Charles David and the 738 of Matt McIntyre. They've been pretty quiet throughout this race. Whoa, dear. Snyder is causing
Garland's
trouble.
up the hill.
Oof. That's another guy's kind of getting out of Dodge there. They got some Mangialardi.
Mangialardi. Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, he said, "Nope, I'm out. Y'all can have at it." And
Yeah,
Mr. No
Gutierrez
Fourth
took the
Gear is
spot.
in the lead.
Wow. So there's Charles David, just locked onto him for a couple seconds. Who was the other one you were mentioning there, Andrew?
Matt McIntyre. He's driving Mac Jules' car.
Let me see, where is he? 738. We'll get on Matt McIntyre here for a little bit. Currently running in eighth position at the line. His best lap this evening, 53.572 seconds. Fastest lap of the night, 52.068 seconds. 173.06 miles per hour. Trey Kinsley, of course, driving sideways. Trey Kinsey. I always want to put an L in there for Kinsley. Ooh. It's Kinsey.
Ben Snyder's around.
No caution yet.
Yeah, it looks like a single car deal.
As battle for second, Keith Hughes, Alexander Brown going at it. Gunther still holding on to the lead, even though he had a little bit of lag there for a second. But hanging in there, right? Also hanging in there. Jeff Goodpaster racing alongside probably a good buddy of his and Chris Aiken. I keep wanting to say Akin. Darn it.
How are we watching a car with only third gear lead this thing? Amazing.
That's Nick Gunther for you.
Yeah.
He's driving the wheels off of that car.
You know, when he's
driving
tapping
the gears out of the car.
Yeah. He drove the fourth gear out of that car like 50 laps ago. Maybe not that far, but like 20, what do they say, lap 15? So he's been running
15 laps ago from whenever that point was. I'd have to go back on the stream and find out when you actually called that out.
Let me see here. 55 lost fourth gear about 15 laps ago. Yeah, so I thought it was lap 15, but yeah, that's wild.
It's been at least 20 laps.
Oh, yeah.
At least. And he's still holding on to that thing.
I am hoping that engine and that transmission can stay with us to the end of this race, because that would be wild to see where he can finish with that.
We better watch Trey Kinsey. He's been the guy to watch for most of the race in the 80.
Whoa.
Door banging.
Wow. Now, I think Nick's going to lose the lead here because he's going to suffer from that lack of speed, and he's side by side with Keith Hughes, although he actually keeps it side by side.
Because it depends, right? You need to be faster than Gunther in the corners to get him, because he's, wow. Keith's going to lift. You need to be faster than Nick in the corners to be able to get around him, because he's dominating he has to dominate the corners, and that's exactly what he's doing. He can't reach top speed down the end of the straightaway, so the last, say, like 40, 50 yards, that's when everybody's going to get to him. But then he drives away from them in the corners because you don't need fourth gear in the turns. Sometimes you'll even downshift on this track. I mean, I know that's a pretty good strategy.
Oh, good pastor into the wall there briefly. Got Aiken to the outside.
Brown's going to stick with him here. Lift off a little earlier there. But yeah, as long as Gunther gets the run off that he needs off of turn 3 here, he's going to hold that lead in line, no problem. It's into turn 1 that's going to be the problem. But and that's going to be big for the end of the race if he's able to hold on to this thing.
Well, and the way racing works, right? I mean, he's going to claim the line, and you got to pass him. So if he's in your way, you got to find a way to get around him. You might be forced to take a line you're not comfortable taking, and that's why guys can't get around him.
He's getting that thing up there as far as he can, and he just threw in the clutch.
I just was going to say that. Do you think he's tapping out at the top of the tack there and then dumping the clutch to maybe launch himself a little bit? Or do you think he's conserving fuel?
Himself, or I think he needs to save fuel because of the fact that he's on that rev limiter.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Save it. Save it. Oh, my gosh, he did.
They saved it. Yeah,
Here
you're
we go,
right.
back to the inside.
That's going to be brutal there for Kinsey. But,
If
I was back to the inside.
That's crazy, yeah. Alexander Brown's got his handful with a car that's only got 3 gears.
But I think what's happening to Gunther is that he's pegging that rev limiter. So I just saw the 137 get spoiled.
Yeah.
But I think that he's on the tack, so he's burning fuel. So he needs to save in order to make it. 10 laps to go here.
And how do you save? Like, you need to bounce that needle because you need to use that whole gear. You know, you can't save. You're going to go backwards. You got 9 laps to go here now.
Right there, I think he just half throttled down that straightaway. Credit to Kez Hiller, back up to third after losing the lead earlier. Chris Aiken is still in this thing. And the 80 and the 08 are going on.
Lap car up top there, the 22.
I wonder if we have more guys close on fuel than we think. Or do we feel pretty safe that they are A-OK?
A lot of guys topped off that last time. I bet the guys that aren't, they might be a little nervous. Nick is the most nervous because, he's the one that's keeping that engine pegged way more than everyone else. And that burns way more fuel when you're on the rev limiter.
He has muscled that car, though. He has definitely driven the wheels off of that car.
Oh, my gosh, you're not kidding. Ooh, Hiller, big run here to the inside.
Oh.
Not going to be able to get there.
They are driving their asses off right now trying to get around Nick, but it's not happening, especially when they start racing each other. Because, again, you have Aiken right there behind them in the Josh's Eggs car.
That 80 is still fast. He's coming back forward here after getting in the wall.
Yeah, thanks for joining us in the booth, Josh. And then you pick Chris to put it in your car. That's a good choice. This guy knows how to win.
Oh, yeah. There's no better choice. Chris was the choice for the car tonight. He's giving it a good run.
Kez sitting there in third place. I just basically have the camera locked on him because we get to see the whole entire thing here. You lock on first, you just kind of see nothing in front. So here we can see.
Whoa!
Wow! About 10 cars. Kez into the wall.
Kinsey
is trouble!
Oh no!
Oh, 85 around.
Yep, 85 is around.
And done.
Oh.
Yellow is out at the line. Alexander Brown will be first. Pick up the pace car on the back straight. We'll load up a replay for you. We jinxed it, the Tarnation TV curse.
The 137 was slow because he had to pedal it. And I think Keith was kind of trying to use him as a pick there on Aiken. Aiken did not quite want to commit to that. And,
Chris Aiken has retired.
And then also involved there, Anthony McCurry, the 61, went around.
Yeah, Chris has retired from the race.
Yep, Josh, you were getting called out for jinxing him now.
Oh no, I definitely didn't want to jinx him. Yeah, it looked like it was a racing deal there. He didn't want to get stuck. I mean, we're right at the end of the race. He didn't want to get stuck behind a slower car.
Yeah,
you have to take everything you can get at the end. He gave it the best drive he could.
With about 5 laps to go here, we'll pull up the points again. Currently, after last week's race.
Now, here's the thing that I want to mention here because I'm going to be keeping an eye on this. Is anyone going to pit for tires? I wonder. I mean,
At the back, probably.
Fuel, I think you're good now. But tires, I think is really going to help you out here. But do you risk it?
Yes.
The answer is, oh,
Wow.
mixed bag.
Okay. Good call. Most of them said yes. Some of the guys up front, some of the guys at the back stayed out. Interesting.
Brown is going to hold the lead. And then you got Hughes in second. Hiller's going to be third. Snyder's a lapper.
Tom Musa.
He'll be out of the way. But yeah, so yeah, you're right. Tom Musa's going to be fourth. And is that Jonathan Peavy now going to be fifth?
Yep. It is.
Yeah. Jonathan Peavy, who, wait a minute. Wasn't he
Big
the one that hit
accident.
the attenuator earlier?
I'm pretty sure.
He had a big accident earlier.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was him. And then you had
He was, because we were talking about him smoking at the start of the race, and now he's up there in like ninth.
and Santiago Gutierrez went for that barrel roll. He's sixth.
Yep. And the 300 car in the back there, too. Of, who's that? Grace, Tristan Grace.
Tristan Grace, who has who has a very lovely picture of Davey Hazard on his hood.
But that same thing, that car's gotten tangled into a couple incidents here this evening. As you can see, too, it has the trunk lid all crushed in there. But that doesn't matter. Up front now, looks like about position number 7 or so.
This is going to shake things up. It's going to shake it up.
Time. I think you had two guys that then took 2 tires. I think Bishop and Pavlon. And then Gunther is going to be I think that's 12th.
Looks like 10th or 12th.
Yeah, 10th. He's going to be 10th. And he's going to be the first on new tires.
Around.
We just had a car around there. Are we still going to go green?
Pace car is off. We're going to see. Alexander Brown.
With the number of these guys that are damaged or in all sorts of strategies, I think that this is going to be insane.
Here comes Kinsey.
Yeah, this is gonna be scary. This is gonna be scary. Oh, brother.
I'm thinking the next
Musa
flag will
wrong.
end this race. I don't know how fast they can get the green back out if we go yellow again.
I think we're past the point of, I don't think there will be another yellow.
Yeah, because they manually throw them. They might not even throw another one.
I think the final 5 laps, stay at the point of no return.
Oh,
squeezing Hughes to the wall, but he held on to it.
There's
There's
these new
Gunther.
tires coming.
Gunther just took advantage of that. He just jumped about 2 positions right there. He started at the line when we went green. He was in 9th. Now he's running 3rd.
Kinsey and Gunther.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Brown's a sit and duck on these tires. Brown is a sit and duck on these old tires. There's no way he's going to be able to fend these guys off.
Why am I showing Gunther in 10th? Oh, it just changed. He's in 3rd. So he went from 10th to 3rd in 1 lap with half a transmission.
Half a transmission.
Who even knows if he has all 4 gears? Like, he's got 3rd. We know that. He might not even have 1st anymore. Who knows? Bumping and rubbing into turn number 2 here. 3. Turn 3? Turn 2. I don't know. It's Pocono. This turn.
Line to Pavlon is smoking and out of the race. But here comes Gunther.
Are you kidding me?
And Kinsey.
Yeah.
Looks like Brown may have just forfeited those positions.
I don't know if he maybe lost concentration, but he's been really, really strong up there, Alexander Brown.
Oh, the 300's around. Oh, he saved it.
That was a heck of a slide. Oh, my goodness. 3 laps to go.
Still green.
Gunther with no 4th is leading.
And now a word from our sponsor. We will return after the break.
Oh, if you actually do that, I swear.
No, I would never do that.
You're catching a lap car here.
I knew the camera was going to switch to that one behind the light. So we can't see anything.
Hey, don't count out the Skittles.
Yeah. Look at these guys.
Yeah. We know how aggressive
traffic.
Kinsey is.
Yeah, so Kinsey is in 2nd, and he will not go easy on Gunther, especially knowing And Gunther's only running third gear. Even on a
Gunther
restart.
just ran his fastest lap of the race. And that was his fastest to
Yep.
That was the fastest lap of the whole race out of anybody. With no third or no fourth.
Chris Aiken had the fastest lap, and it just got taken by Nick Gunther just right there, like you said. 51.818 seconds.
2 laps to go, and he just pulled a 10th on Kinsey. He's looking good.
White flag
Kinsey
is
just
in
ran
the
his
air.
fastest.
Kinsey sliding that thing around. Brown still holding on to third, but he's still got some trouble from Mercury, and Mercurio was up to 5th after a kind of dog day. But he's up there. Here we go, white flag. Let's see what the lap times are this time. Ooh, he gained a 10th back.
Yeah, he did. It's a 2-man race right now.
White flag up.
Oh,
Final
he sent it
lap
in
here
there.
at Pocono.
Hey, with the gearing the way that it is definitely possible for Gunther to be doing what he's doing. Although I think Kinsey may have just overdriven that corner.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
think this is it.
He was trying to do everything he could do.
Wildcat's revenge is going to get his revenge on the transmission.
Yeah. Hats off to the engine shop for this thing. Making it the distance. Look at that run right
look at
there.
this.
Is he?
What?
Whoa. He
just
locked.
tried to chastain it.
I think so. And he locked up the brakes hard on that one because he didn't want to get in the way. Checkered flag.
He's moving
Gunther
again.
wins it.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I don't know if I would have done that to lose second.
No, because he threw the Hail Mary in there. Throw the Hail Mary like that, but then just cost himself.
I think that actually won him a race at Phoenix like a season or 2 ago doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that may have been him. I'm pretty sure that was him that did that, as we got guys just kind of messing around now. Oh my goodness,
Wow.
what a finish.
What a finish for sure.
If he could have held on to it, I don't know what would have happened. He almost held on to that car.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe. Gunther with the win. Alexander Brown's going to end up with second ahead of Joshua freaking Mercurio is going to finish third. Where did he pull that from?
I don't know. He was involved in a bad crash earlier in the race.
He had a lot of stuff not going his way, but then it's going to be Anthony Mercury in 4th, and RJ Bishop is going to get a top 5 after all of that. Holy moly. What a shakeup there at the end. My goodness.
Amazing run. I can't even believe that.
Oh, it was Mirza. If they took the win away from that guy, why did they do that? I'd have to. Okay. I'm sorry. That just kind of shocked me there in the moment when I just read that. That's interesting. Wow. Sorry, I just read the chat. Kind of the race that I was thinking of. It was Steven Merzlik that actually did that. It wasn't Kinsey, but I'm just surprised that I guess they predetermined that you can't chastain it.
I saw that Seth Cole ended up 17th. He was the last car on the lead lap. I did not realize that Mike Carroll lost a valve, who actually didn't finish the race. How about the 117 finishing in 14th on the lead lap after that bad crash?
There's a lot of things, yeah.
Gutierrez, first car lap down, that car was done.
And 18th. Yeah, it's points. Getting points.
The birthday boy, 19th, Mangialardi.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mike. Finishing in 19th position.
It's always funny how some quiet people will end up with a good run, like Goodpaster. He had a pretty quiet day.
Yep, but he's right there.
What I aim to do from these kinds of things is, hey, I'll just try to keep clean and not ruffle any feathers, pretty much. Josh, I'm sure you and I can kind of relate on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you guys want to take care of the post-race interviews, I'll get this post-race screen set up here. Looks like Benjamin has them all down there in the Tarnation TV waiting room.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll get Mercurio up here first, I suppose. Or do you usually go 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1?
3, 2, 1. So I'll grab Josh.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Oh, maybe I can't. False alarm. I can't.
Oh.
I'll just pretend I'm Josh. Hello,
right.
I'm Josh, and it was a great run today. I'd like to thank Sprite and Coca-Cola and my Toyota Corolla.
Wait, I'm Cadillac.
I don't know what he was driving. He was driving, yeah.
I'll go let him know.
Cool.
Well, here we go. Yeah, we're going to start with Joshua Mercurio here. Mr. Snyder, if you would be okay to move him up. There we go. Third place finisher in the Cadillac, Joshua Mercurio. Josh, you got us?
Yeah, I can hear you. How about you guys?
Yep, we got you.
We got you. Third place after a very eventful evening. Didn't see you up there quite as much, but at the end of the day, you are going to end up with a third place podium finish here at Pocono. Great finish all in all. But taking tires there at the end, kind of give me an idea of maybe what went into that strategy call and what it was like trying to charge through those guys.
Yeah, so, it's a Maverick race, so really what matters is we're all going to play a pit stop roulette at the end of the race and make a bet, and that's where the cards will fall, right? Yeah, I had so much damage from when Mark was going 40 miles an hour in the racing line, and was it like Tristan and Keith pulled out just in time, and I didn't see him, so I had a ton of engine damage, pretty much no horsepower, and so the only way I was going to keep up in the draft was 4 fresh tires, and so when I got that 7-lap dash at the end, I knew that's what I needed to get a good finish at the end of the race, and it paid off.
Yeah, it's cool to see there. Mr. Two, you got any questions here for Mr. Mercurio?
Yeah, Josh, I sung your praises in the broadcast. You're a great driver, and I really thought after that head-on collision with the rear end of the 27, I thought that car was done, but you raced all the way back up to third.
Hey, I appreciate it when Joshes vouch for each other. Yeah, it's a Maverick race, so craziest things are going to happen, and the only way you can have fun out here is when you persevere through the adversity. So it's just I had pace, got some bad luck, and was able to salvage something good from it.
And you are running full time, correct? The schedule.
Yeah. I'm just gonna miss a couple of races, but I'm running full time in this series, and I think I'm third in the points right now, so doing pretty good.
Yeah, it was good to see you charge back up through the field.
Yeah, that was cool, man. And congrats to you on the third place after, despite everything that happened there. It's still going to be a great points night. Shout outs are all yours here. You may have at it.
Yeah, so shout out to Keith and Nick, who are ahead of me in the points. They always make it very hard to make up any ground on them, as you probably know. And shout out to all the guys I race with normally. So that's Nick, Michael, Dylan, Seth. I always forget somebody, Anthony. And so then they yell at me when I forget their names. And then a shout out to you guys. You guys do great up in the booth. Some of you guys have the voices for radio. So I appreciate all that you do. And probably see you again sometime soon.
Sounds like a plan, man. Great run tonight, and hope that keeps going for you. But you have yourself a good evening.
Yep, you too, guys. Bye.
Congratulations,
Bye-bye.
Josh. Thank you.
All right, next up, Alexander Brown, the second place finisher tonight in the number 59. I'm sure he probably thought, all right, this is probably, I'll be racing for third here, but then kind of the Hail Mary at the end of the 80. But going to be a second place finish. You were up there for a good majority of the race. You had some comers and goers in there, but you were pretty consistently up there. Kind of give me an idea of kind of what went into you being able to stay up there, and ultimately you were able to hang on to that despite being on older tires.
Well, I was expecting not to do well, and I didn't practice any this week. We practiced our during qualifying, and we started 12th, so I figured, oh well, we're just gonna finish here. I mean, I've raced this track before, so I didn't have any problems with that, but I should be really happy and grateful that I finished third, second, but at the same time, it's like just not a great finish to me. It's just not good at all. We've been finishing here all the time whenever we're not kicked out of the race or wrecked out of it, so just not happy with my performance tonight.
Well, I think you did run a great race, and you walk us through that restart, the final restart, because you started P1.
Well, the last time at Las Vegas when I pitted, I didn't get anywhere from 12th, so I figured if I stayed out, then everyone else would, since we were basically going to be good on fuel, but most of everyone went in, so I was expecting to get ran over. Surprisingly, I got a decent start, and then the fresh runners came up, so I just let them go. No reason trying to fight them to try to keep first when they're just going to blow through me in the corner.
Well, I think you ran a great race. I mean, you spent the majority of the race up in the top 3 and in the top 5, so I feel like you did a really nice job, very consistent.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun race. I mean, there is no aggressive driving, too much of it, and I had a close encounter in the final corner. I thought Josh was going to kill me there, but yeah, most of the race was really good.
You got a lot to be proud of, man. A great run for you, and yeah, you were running really well, as Josh alluded to there, pretty much the whole night. So seriously, you got to be proud of yourself for that one. Congratulations on the second place finish. Floor is yours if you would like to give any shout outs, closing thoughts. The floor is yours.
Yeah, just shout out to Nick for being able to hang on to that thing. I mean, he had no fourth gear for the majority of the race, and he was really keeping up. I think he mentioned something about the gears being pretty similar, so that kind of helped him out a lot. Thoughts to Trey for not even being able to finish second there. He just made a mistake, and I feel bad for him because he really deserves second. And everyone else who had a good time there, shouts out to y'all. Thank you for the race.
Thank you for being out here and putting on a great show. And hopefully these good runs continue for you. You have yourself a good evening, my friend.
Sir, thank you.
Thanks, Alexander.
All right. I think we got to get probably one very elated driver in here next. Race winner, Nick Gunther.
Can you believe it?
No.
Say it again.
No fourth gear. You won it.
Ah!
I guess I'll just kind of let you have the floor for a second, because I think I already know what you're going to say.
Yep.
No fourth gear, no EXE, no nothing. The third and fourth gears were almost exactly the same. It was absolutely crazy. I thought I was screwed on like lap 10. I think that's when I lost the fourth gear to begin with. But I don't know. I mean, I guess the straight line speed I was kind of like hosed, but the corners I was able to I think I was like better off in the corners, and I'm just trying to use that momentum as best I could. I was trying to baby the throttles like the first part of that run because I wasn't so sure like what are the gauges going to be like. Am I really going to like have like a water temp issue or an oil temp issue in the end? Eventually it's going to blow up, but no, it didn't.
We were wondering
didn't.
about that. Yeah.
Go
I
ahead,
have to
Josh.
ask you about that final corner. I've got to hear it. So the 80.
It's against the rules to pull Ross Chastain like that. It's been said in the rule books, and I will not condone for any cheap tactics of wall riding. It's happened a couple years ago.
What did you think though? Because I know you saw it in your mirror.
I thought I was going to get taken out.
Yeah, it looked
Yeah.
close.
I saw his car come down low afterwards, like a little bit of a destiny bond in Pokemon terms. Anyway, if he goes down, I'm going down with him. Definitely didn't appreciate that at all. Thankfully, I managed to avoid him.
You had to be thinking like, come on, the gears I have. Go, 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 go.
Trust me. To remix Andy Jankowiak, I'm not lifting. I wasn't lifting until my engine blew up or I saw the checkered flag on that last run. I mean, before I was lifting, now I wasn't. I had like 5 laps to go. Like, nope, I'm not lifting until I blow the engine up or I see the checkered flag.
Well, credit to you, because that takes some serious skill to do what you did, and to run the fastest lap of the race, no less. I'm pretty sure that you got that honor as well. Yeah, at the very end there. So, sure, the gears may have helped you as far as where they were at, but at the same time, dude, you had to drive the wheels off that thing, and you pulled it off. Phenomenal job representing Wildcats Revenge. That was cool. Floor is yours. Shout outs, sponsors, have at it.
Yeah, I literally drove like a Wildcat, and the third gear was the Revenge, apparently. Anyways, I gotta thank my team for Night Squad Racing. They told me to keep my head down. They told me to keep me focused, and I was kind of livid about the gear failure again for probably the 5th time this season. I have something go wrong, but this time it was a blessing in disguise, it seems. Let's see. I gotta thank PI Genesis, my company I work for. Gotta thank YouTube channel has 630 some subscribers. MidTheQ787B. We post NASCAR Thunder 2000 and 2004 videos. Probably even a Pokemon video pretty soon. Pokemon Crystal is probably gonna be our next game on the channel. Let's see. We got, of course, Hershey Park today. We just went to Hershey Park about a few weeks ago with a couple buddies of mine. Went on my new favorite coaster, Wildcats Revenge. We had a couple of others that were representing the Hershey Park colors. We had Seth with the Candemodium and Dylan with the Storm Runner. I think Dylan had a decent day for himself. He got to start 13th. And Seth, man, you got to get that top 10 sometime, buddy. We're all rooting for you, though.
And hey, we're rooting for you there too. So great run. You can also tell Dylan I finally found the freaking channel, and I actually subscribed to it.
I'll have to let him know.
And,
subscribe to We the Coasters as well. That's the whole point of the paint scheme for us. The main sponsor for this week as well.
Who did the paints?
Sorry.
Seth Cole actually did the paint schemes for the three of us. He's always been a very talented painter. He's painted like half of my cars. The other half has been RJ Bishop. He's painted the Memorial Day car, and he's painted the black and purple MidTheQ car, while Seth painted like all the other paint schemes I've ran so far.
Well, great run, man. And it was, I will say, it was also cool getting to see you at Hershey Park that day.
Oh, yeah, likewise.
Yeah, being a part of that for a little bit. So that was cool. But it was cool seeing you being able to do what you did with 3 gears. That was impressive. Great run. You got a lot to be proud of. Go celebrate.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to get completely loaded tonight.
Awesome, man. What a great run, Nick. And yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. If you watched the replay on that broadcast, we couldn't stop talking about your 3/4 of a transmission. So
it's always nice to get like a home win as well. I mean, Pennsylvania. I mean, we almost had a Dover. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the homecoming sweep. We were just 1 spot short there. But yeah, nice to be back home in PA. Before we go to the oh boy, the Madhouse at Bristol. That's gonna be fun for JTN to do.
Yep.
Great job, man.
They can have it. Bristol is awesome. That's going to be a good one next week. Hopefully everybody tunes back into JTN to check that one out, because we've had some fantastic races the last 2 weeks with you guys. So yeah, thanks a lot to Maverick for having us, and thanks for the drivers, of course, man. These servers are jammed.
Oh my gosh, you're not kidding. I mean, last week we were in like the mid-20s. Today we got 31. I mean, as we said, we got 95 drivers that have officially made starts, over probably 120 that have at least attempted. Mm-hmm. So it's great to see. I'm glad I was able to get up here again. That was really, really cool to watch. But it's so much cooler just being able to actually, have guys to bounce back and forth with. So Blaine, I cannot thank you enough for letting me join you for some of these things. And any time that you need me again, please give a word.
Yeah, will do, man. Yeah, between like Rod, Andrew, and Josh, we got a good crew of broadcasters going on here. It's a lot of fun calling these races.
Yeah, guys, it was to echo what Andrew said. I mean, yeah, the server's full. I mean, one driver that I was just looking at here through some stats, Charles David finished 12th. This is his first race, so congrats to him over
Nice.
here at Maverick, first race. And thank you to again Blaine for allowing me to come, and that was a lot of fun, guys. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Looking at the racing from up here, it's different than being in the car, of course, and I just, anytime you need me, I'll be around.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for the help, guys. And yeah, if anybody's watching the channel, thanks for watching. We've gained a bunch of new subscribers since we've been over here at Maverick this last couple of weeks, so thanks everybody for doing that as well. And yeah, TarnationTV.com is the website. Tarnation TV on YouTube is obviously the broadcasting channel. And we've got some more races coming up, so stay tuned to the Facebook page as well. So yeah, thanks to Josh and Andrew for the assist that allowed me to concentrate on an extra couple things behind the scenes, which is super cool. And of course, thanks to Team Snyder for having us down and showing interest in the product, because it's always cool to travel around to some different tracks and different leagues and learn some new names. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and have yourself some good mosh pitting. Keep your stick on the ice.